Hello everyone! So today I'm going to talk through my creative process a little bit when it comes to creating a look. It sounds a little funny to say it that way, but I've had a lot of people request something like this. A lot of people like the way that I come up with looks, and thank you so much because I really have so much fun doing it. Now this will be a little bit different because normally I'm just sort of in my head and I only have a rough idea of what I'm going to do here. I know I want to do something gold. I've been toying with the idea of doing sort of a series of get ready with me's or looks inspired by songs, and this has come up time and time again. People have really liked when I incorporate music. Some people really hate it, but I really love music. I'm a very big music lover. Music really inspires me. So I'm fighting with this package right now. This is a new Too Faced lipstick. I bought this from Sephora when the new Too Faced anniversary collection was coming out. I re-downloaded the Sephora app on my phone and a notification came up being like, for a limited time only, be one of the first people to get your hands on the collection. And when I first saw previews of this gold metallic lipstick, I had to have it. This is Miss Thing. So it finally came in. I put it on yesterday and I swatched it. And that was it. And I knew I wanted to do like a whole look around this lipstick. And then I thought this would be the perfect time to do my gold dust inspired makeup look. So yes, I'm putting on my lipstick first. I don't have my base on and I will end up taking this off. But this is what I will do sometimes when I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my face. I just apply things in a different order because there's nothing saying that I can't put my lipstick on first and then take it off. Especially something like this. If it was a bolder color, like a bold red or a purple or something even deeper, like a black, and I wasn't exactly sure what I want to do, I would swatch it on my hand so that I could hold it up and kind of see the contrast between my eyes. But this is a really light lipstick, so taking this off won't be a problem. I won't have to fight with it too much. So this probably won't be a very dramatic look. I'm just thinking about a lot of gold. I have a few things I brought out in front of me. The Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Palette, because I really like this shade right here. So this is like blush highlighters, and I might do a whole monochromatic gold thing, maybe. Not entirely sure. The Huda Beauty Desert Dusk Palette, because I think like Celestial and Nefertiti, these two shades are kind of similar to the lipstick if I want to go really close. I also have my Depotted Yes Please palette in front of me. I have Urban Decay's Half Baked, which is my favorite gold eyeshadow. I have a little pot of loose eyeshadow. This is from an indie brand called Notoriously Morbid. They had a Fleetwood Mac collection like a year ago. This is Shatter Your Illusions, so that's actually part of the lyrics of Gold Dust Woman. This is a loose gold shadow. I haven't used this that much. If you hear weird noises in the background, it's Cashmere grooming herself beside me. Anyway, the thing with indie brands is that it takes so long to get things. Like, it took me about a month, if not over a month, to get this stuff, and by that time everything was sold out from the Fleetwood Mac collection, and I just sort of felt weird talking about it because I knew it was such limited quantities that if I talked about it, maybe there might be some people who wanted it. I'm not normally that person. I talk about limited edition stuff all the time, but it just felt a little weird. And then I have some ColourPop and Makeup Geek singles in these sort of mustardy, warm, dirty brown shades because I feel like I will need those a little bit. But anyway, I have my brows on and my eyeshadow primer on and nothing else yet. So I just want to figure out where I'm going to take this. I'm feeling the single just because it is called Shatter Your Illusions, and I was just listening to Gold Dust Woman before my phone died. I just mixed a little bit of Fix Plus into the cap, and I'm mixing the shadow together so that it's a little bit liquidy or a lot liquidy. Trying to find that balance between complete liquid and it will never dry. I'm trying not to bring the shadow too far in here, but it's just the way that my eyes are shaped. I always end up bringing shadow like really far into my inner corner when I don't intend to. But then sometimes it works with certain eye looks that I'm doing, and sometimes I make it a little bit more intentional, but sometimes I wish my eyes were shaped differently, and by sometimes I mean all of the time. Up close, I can see more pink in the... I'm going to do one eye at a time before I do everything wrong. I definitely think this lipstick is closer to Celestial from the Huda Beauty palette. Let me swatch it. I'm going to swatch them side by side and see if I was right. So Nefertiti and Celestial, and then with the Too Faced lipstick in the middle, and I can see a lot of similarities between Celestial and the lipstick. I can definitely see the reflect there. There's a little bit more pink in certain lights and a little bit more gold with the Too Faced lipstick. So I'm going to jump into Celestial now and see what that looks like, maybe blended in on top. So again, I'm using Fix Plus, and I'm just using an Urban Decay, one of these double-ended brushes. This is the one that came with the Vice LTD palette. I use these brushes all the time. I find them to be great. So I'm blending Celestial on my lid, but also above in my crease. And I can see a lot more of the pink glitter, which is kind of going well with the lips as well. I'm liking this pink and gold thing, but it's not rose gold. I think I'm going to bring this all the way up. And I'm just kind of carelessly blending out this way because I don't have my base on, so I'll be able to clean that up later. I'm not exactly sure what kind of shape I want, but I'll probably end up doing something rounded, I think. I don't know if I've done a rounded thing a lot lately. I kind of go in phases sometimes where I do the exact same eyeshadow shapes, but I'm just blending this tirelessly, and I'm bringing it up really, really high. So I'm going to do the other eye exactly the same way. I don't really want to mess with it too much. I feel like I could just go in with Celestial, but it won't have the same effect because I did have Shatter Your Illusions as a base. I am going to go in with a little bit of Angelic, the pink shade. This pink actually has a little bit of gold in it as well. This is probably more of a rose gold as opposed to a gold with pink glitter. But I'm going to put this shade just on my lid. With a big fluffy brush, I'm going to take a little bit of Circuit, which is this iridescent yellowy highlighter from Cleona Cosmetics, and that is going right underneath my entire eyebrow, because it's going on top of some of the shadow as well to give a little bit of an extra dimension, especially when different light hits it, because that way it will kind of match the lipstick a little bit more. I always feel so glamorous when I do videos like this because I always end up squishing my face up in weird ways, trying to get an idea of what things look like. So this is what we're looking at right now for the eye look. I am tempted Alright, so I just put a little bit of Scotch tape on my eyes, lining it up with my eyebrows. This is just such a safety net for me. I feel like I need a little bit of definition. I am going to use eyeliner, but I just feel like I need something else here. So I'm going to take Tiki Hut from Makeup Geek, which is this guy right here. I feel like black eyeliner, but for some reason I don't feel like black eyeshadow. When I was first thinking of a gold look to do today, I was almost going to do what I had done just recently, which was like black eyeshadow and like a gold kind of cut crease. But I wanted something a little bit different. Plus, I wanted something that I might be able to photograph. I've been trying to get back into Instagram because I feel like it's such a good place for self-expression and stuff that I can do in a way that I can't do on YouTube, because sometimes it takes such a long time. I'm going to take a little bit of a deeper shade now. I'm going to take this warm brown shade called Oud from the Desert Dusk palette. And see, this is where like the tape is a safety net for me, because I'm placing the eyeshadow like almost on the tape, part on the tape and part on my lid. Alright, so this is starting to come together now. I'm starting to get it. This shade here, Abby, this blush from the Juvia's Place Saharan blush palette, I'm going to take on a crease brush. I'm going to use this on my eye. These are eye safe, by the way, these blushes. So I did run it through my crease just lightly once I had most of the pigment on the outer corners of my eyes. So see, I have some fallout on my face. It's easily fixed with just a makeup wipe. That's why I don't like to use my primer first, especially if I don't know what I'm doing. If I know what I'm doing, I can do my foundation base stuff first. But with this stuff, I really was not sure. All right, so now I'm feeling a little bit more of that Ancient Queen sort of vibe. I like that the shimmer from the shades is shining through the deeper matte shades just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to use this face primer from Milani. This is Prime Perfection. So this is kind of like a lotiony face primer. I tend to over apply face primer. I honestly really do. But I feel like maybe it's all in my head, but primer is that barrier on my skin, because whenever I skip primer or go light on primer, I always break out. And so maybe it's just me, but sometimes I won't even realize it. Like I'll be wondering, I'll be like, why did I break out all of a sudden? I didn't use anything different until I realized, wait a second, I forgot primer, which sometimes happens and I don't realize it because of the way I do my makeup. Like sometimes it's really easy to go from this part of my eyes right into my face. And if I go right into color correcting, I will forget sometimes the other steps. So the Urban Decay pink color corrector, I'm almost done with this already. And I feel like I just bought it not that long ago, but I'm out of the Becca one entirely, the Becca under eye corrector, and I don't have anything else. This is the only under eye corrector I have right now, so it's playing double duty for real life and for filming. And the YSL green corrector has pretty much saved my life from these little bits of breakouts. I basically just click it twice, and I need it the most right here on my forehead where I have psoriasis, and then I have a couple little scars because I'm a picker. And then whatever's left, instead of just putting the cap back on and letting everything dry, I just sort of put the rest of it on my face to not waste it. I don't necessarily need to color correct everything, but I do have a lot of redness right now, especially because of the weather. It is horrendous. It is absolutely horrible. I know I've complained about it a lot, but we're so not used to it here. It's just never, ever this humid, this consistently. So it's just, it's a nightmare. All right, so I just skipped over foundation and contour and bronzer. I've been having a little bit of a hard time with foundation recently because I can't just wear my fair cool tone foundation. Everything pulls really orange and warm on me. My skin has been like 4 different colors. I've got like red splotchiness. I've got a little bit of a brown suntan, and then I have all this crazy colors on my face. So trying to find something that works overall has been pretty difficult, and I don't have anything in my collection, so I've been trying to mix things that actually work well, and I was just out in sunlight trying to see if things worked okay, worked better, was a little bit more... Anyway, it's not the easiest thing when you don't have the necessary ingredients. So I'm gonna put the lipstick back on. I'm going to use this Pixie eyeliner in Rose Glow as opposed to the black, which I was originally thinking, just because I think it actually might end up being too harsh. So I'm going to use this instead of my lower lash line. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that Abbey shade from the Juvia's Place blush palette, which I'd used on my eye. And I'm still using it on my eye. I'm going to take a little bit of Angelic. And then I'm just sort of smoothing it out, buffing it around on my lower lash line. I'm going to put on a little wispy pair of false lashes, but I'm going to put a tiny bit of mascara on first. People always ask why I don't put mascara on my lower lashes, and it's because I have long lower lashes and it always smudges down my cheek. I am going to put a little bit of this black in my waterline after all. There's just something about gold eyeshadow and black eyeliner that just makes me feel like coming home again. It's definitely a go-to for me. It's what I'm comfortable with. A lot of people were really surprised when I did my favorite eyeshadow and palettes and I talked about a lot of golds, because golds are just my happy place. It's what I always used to wear when I was first getting into makeup, and it's just kind of what I keep going back to. You know what this look is missing though? Obnoxious pieces of glitter. I do feel like this is missing some obnoxious glitter, but oh, wait a minute. I'm taking one of the Becca Light Chasers. This is Pearl Reflects Gold, and I'm just sort of putting it where I would put blush. I had another one of those that was like gold flashing pink, and I can't find it to save my life, so who knows what I did with that. But I am taking a little bit of Zara, this shade right here, just a little bit. And then a little bit of Zane, and yes, it's gonna look super crazy for a second. And then for highlight, I'm tempted to use that same Pixie duo that I always use, but I have another one. And this is basically just super intense, and I really want a lot of focus up here. Like that's where I want focus, which is why I want some of this intense shimmer like on the side on my temples, and I think I might put a little bit of gold craft glitter right up on the side here. I think that's how I want to finish this look off. So I have a little bit of a shimmery bronze shade up along the side. Ancient Queen, badass for sure. Rock on gold dust women's, but I feel like I need a little gold dust, so I am going to use some craft glitter. Don't shoot me. I'm not going to put it like in my eye area. I'm going to put it on the side over here, and I'll be very careful. Just don't try this at home. There always has to be a disclaimer, because craft glitter is not intended to be used necessarily on your eye area. Sometimes it's fun to play around with stuff, and that's a lot of what you see in more artistic editorial images on like Instagram, or even just if you do a Google search. You will find some pretty cool things, but they use some unconventional materials sometimes. Just right over top, I've added a little bit of the Pat McGrath Gold Pigment. Alright, so this is the completed look, but I'll be right back in a second with a wig. I need my brown curly wig and a flower crown to complete this. Alright, so this is my completed Gold Dust Woman Rock On Ancient Queen makeup look with a heavy dose of gold. So I really like how this look turned out. As you saw, it's very much a figure it out as I go, depending on what sort of vibe I'm feeling and where the look heads. Sometimes, like, I wasn't planning the glitter at all and the pigment. That just sort of came to me. I was like, I feel like I could, you know, use a little bit of glitter on here. What do I have that's actually gold? What could I do with it? And putting it on the side of my face there, sort of using more golden bronzy shades on my cheek without going, you know, too pink or too heavy, and keeping the lip very subtle, yet it's still something different. It's still very much a gold metallic lipstick. And so everything has a similar story to tell. Everything is that gold, and it's a little bit strange and, you know, not conventional, which is not necessarily what I was thinking of when I started this, but I think it's really fun the way that it turned out. And for me, makeup is all about fun and an expression, and I feel like I really got to express myself a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you would like to see more like this in the future, if you would like to see more sort of talk-throughs like this where I just sort of have a vague concept and run with it, or if you'd like to see more song-inspired things, or both. Let me know, because I really love playing with makeup, and I love talking with you guys about makeup. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.